information for today. The session will be shortly. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Our session is beginning. It's about to begin. Please have a nice seat. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to the first Tolerant Sport, Language, Educational Technology, Multicultural and Scientist International Conference, Pekanbaru, Kelompok, June 2023. I'm Safira, your host today. We would like to thank our best, the chairman of the LKI Foundation, Dr. Norman S. Sos MSc, Rector of Universitas Islam Riau, Profesor Dr. Haji Shafrinaldi SH MCL, the Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Dr. Miranti Eka Putri SPD MPD. My thanks of the international and domestic speakers, presenter, and the 2,000 participants in the area. Thank you for the willingness to share our media active activity in the Solar International Conference. Furthermore, we would like to thank to Professor Dr. Doyong from Awareness State University USA, the host Yang Johnson Nanyang Technology University Singapore, and Professor Dr. Saidah Binti Sinat University of Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, the international conference collaboration with three another universities and which Guru have support our seminar this morning. And once again, a big round of applause to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to first read the agenda for today. The first agenda is the opening session. The second is session by our moderator. And the last session is the closing session. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the opening session. Without further ado, I would like to invite the chairman of the first Solar International Conference by Dr. Nurahai Hidayati SPD MPD, Universitas Islam Riau. The floor is yours. The Dean of Faculty Teacher Training and Education, Dr. Miranti Eka Putri SPD MPD, Universitas Islam Riau. The floor is yours. Rector of Universitas Islam Riau, Profesor Dr. Haji Shafrinaldi. The floor is yours. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. for opening our seminar, and thank you for joining us today. Before we start the second agenda, please allow me to welcome our moderator this morning, to Rafilah Octaviana. The floor is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our moderator, Mr. Rafilah Octaviana. The next session is fully moderated by Octa. And for the speaker to prepare, sign off by me, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable leader of Lembaga Layanan Pendidikan Tinggi or LLTT, Honorable leader of Perguruan Tinggi Negeri and Perguruan Tinggi Swasta, Honorable head of program study, Honorable the lecturers, and dear audience members. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Raja Abdul Akhtaranga. It gives me a great pleasure to be the moderator for the seminar Tolerance. As we know, the tolerance is sport, language, educational, technology, multicultural, and science. International conference, a hybrid mode conference hosted by the Factory of the Teacher Training and Education of Universitas Islam Riau Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, first I would like to read a brief introduce our speakers. The first speaker is Miss Regina Agusti, as a student of Universitas Islam Riau. The second speaker is Mr. Rizky Aida Wibisono, as a student of Universitas Islam Riau. And the last speaker is Miss Inaya Zahbia Afro, as the student of Universitas Islam Riau. Before the presentation begins, let me tell you how this seminar conference. Firstly, Tolerance speaker will present the material for about 30 minutes. After that, there will be a 10-minute break, and after break, the session will be continued with another 30 minutes presentation by the speakers. Following that, we will have a question and answer session for approximately 45 minutes, and finally the session will be ended by conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, now allow to welcome Ms. Regina Agusti to present the material of quickly understanding of need and issue of undergraduate university student in listening comprehension, and analysis to develop assistant social media learning material for about 30 minutes to Ms. Regina Agusti. The beautiful time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rina Agusti, and I'm as the first speaker. It's a pleasure to be here. I would like to talk today about develop assisted social media learning material. The aim of this research is to identify the learner's need for development assisted social media learning material in listening comprehension course at the Islamic University of Riau. I have divided my talk into 2 points. The first point is introduction, and the second point is the method. Well, let's start to the first point. Apparently, social media has been played significant role in the world of education. Social media provides platform and easy and fast access for teacher and student in the learning process. Do you agree with this statement, guys? Yes. Variety information routine can be utilized to achieve learning objectives. The same goes for language learning, especially English as foreign language. The use of social media can be one of the learning tools that can assist the learning process to enhance student listening skills and improving their listening proficiency. In other words, social media has the advantage of effectiveness that can be utilized in language learning. There are several
The result of analysis conducted on assisted social media use for listening comprehension course. These instruments used in this study were questionnaire, interview guide, and observation sheet. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ridinowski, for giving such an information and comprehensive presentation for the first part. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a short refreshment for 10 minutes, and we'll continue with the second part of the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, shall I continue?
Yes.
Okay, we will now to listen the second part of Soleran presentation to Mr. Rizky Arminda Wibisono. The golden time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. My name is Rizky Arminda Wibisono. As the second speaker, will be continue explaining from C. Agusti as the first speaker. I have divided my topic into 3 points. The first point is finding, the second point is questionnaire results, and the last point is students' problems. Well, firstly is findings. Here, the essence of the findings from the process of analysis requirements indicates that the difficulties encountered by students in the process of learning listening comprehension with the assistance of social media have a significant impact due to disparity between the expected procedures of listening comprehension learning. Well, let's move on to the second point. This is the table of target needs and learning needs of the undergraduate students for using assisted social media in listening comprehension. For daily, let's move on to the next page. Okay, this is the point questionnaire results. The first one is limited vocabulary is 76%. The second one is students' desire to communicate well with teachers is 85%. Next to the need for procedures and processes in learning listening comprehension, 93%. Next, the importance of learning a foreign language is 94%. The importance of listening skills and speaking skills is 95%. And the last one is textbooks, instruction, equipment manuals, CDs, DVDs, video tape, and other materials used in content subject is 98%. Okay, let's move on to the point, the students' problems. There are 12 student problems. The first one is teaching method. The second one is limited time of listening. The third one, language ability. The fourth one, social disadvantage. The fifth, background knowledge. The sixth one is metacognitive. Seventh, failure in listening. Eighth, process of psychology. The ninth, lack of vocabulary. The 10th one is lack of pronunciation. 11th, around reason, and the last one, information process. Well, that brings me to the end of my talk. Thank you for your attention. See you for the
Thank you very much, Mr. Rizky Arminda Wibisono, for giving such an informative and comprehensive presentation for the second part. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is to listen to the third part of Solaran presentation to Miss Inayza Akro, the beautiful time issues.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Inayza as the last speaker, and I will continue the explanation from this. And I have divided my topic into 3 points. The first point is the lecture problems. The second point is discussion, and the last point is conclusion. So, the last problem. In an attempt to discover the instructional problems, different types of analysis were carried out by identifying fundamental problems the lecturer have in improving their performance. There were several problems that refer to the processes noticed as the following. So the first, lack of facilities usually resides in teaching. The lecturer explained that 16% of his students have difficulty when listening to audio lack of teaching material and teaching listening. The second is not use any specific teaching model in teaching listening. So the lecturer says that they do not use a specific teaching model in teaching listening and just use whatever model suits their style and the needs of students. And the third, not paying enough attention to students' background knowledge on the recording they will listen to. So the lecture answers show that they have activate students' background knowledge in pre-listening activities by pointing out the topic, asking some questions related to the topic, introducing some related vocabulary, and so on. However, they pay less attention to student background knowledge about the recording they will listen to. And the last is lack of listening practice. Lectures do not provide enough opportunities to listen a lot in class. The second topic is discussion. So, the gap between the expected learning methods and the internal motivational factors that indicate the cause of the increasing problem faced by students and lecturers. To achieve such goals, it becomes necessary to provide additional support in psychological, motivational, and material aspects to ensure a wide, round, and effective learning experience for the students. This is the conclusion. So the analysis of the questionnaire responses indicate the student face difficulties in learning listening comprehension, particularly in understanding vocabulary and spoken language due to limited vocabulary investment. The finding emphasized the importance of addressing student target needs and providing supplementary support in psychological, motivational, and material aspects to enhance their listening experience. Overall, the study contributes to understanding the challenges and motivation of students in learning listening comprehension and provides insight for improving teaching and learning practice in this area. Well, that's the explanation from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Ms. Inayza Akro, for giving such an informative and comprehensive presentation for the third talk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, move on to the Q&A sessions. For audience members who have questions, please raise your hand.
to ask, what is the method used in analysis to develop assisted social media learning material?
To ask.
Oh,
Mention your name, please.
oh okay. I'm sorry, my mistake. I'm Astrid Duranta. Want to ask, what is the method used in analysis to develop assisted social media learning material? Thank you.
Okay, my name is Javier Castuti. I want to ask to you, what is the data collected for the questionnaire used for?
My name is Nurmalinda. My question is, what are the 3 student problems in the height category?
Okay, thanks for your question. And now will be answered by Miss Regina Agustin for the first question. The first.
I will answer the question from Astrid. What is the method used in analysis to develop assisted social media learning material? The method used is mixed method, quantitative and qualitative.
Okay. The second question will be answered by Miss Inaya Zambia from the beautiful issue.
Okay, I will answer the second question. So, use to examine the real condition of teaching listening, problems encountered during the learning process, teaching materials, media, strategies employed, classroom management, evaluation, student assessment, and solution.
The last question will be answered by Mr. Leslie Arminda Wibisono. The golden time is yours.
Well, I will answer the third question from Marita. Let me repeat the question. What are the 3 students' problems in the height categories? Okay, the answer is, the first one is limited vocabulary with some score 280. Second is text difficulty level, some score 270. And the last is limited time for listening, some score 270.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end part of this quickly understanding of needs and issues of undergraduate university students in listening comprehension and in analyzing to develop assisted social media learning material. Before I close the session, I would like to invite one of the speakers to give us some sort of closing remarks, please.
For the closing remarks, thank you all for being here today, and thank you for the time and patiently use the opportunity. I wish you all a blessed day.
Thank you for the concise closing remarks. Please allow me also to take some highlighted points from this studio session. The essence of the findings from the process of analyzing recruitment indicates that the difficulties encountered by students in the process of learning listening comprehension with the assistance of social media have a significant impact due to the disparity between the expect producers of listening comprehension, listening, learning, and the actual internal factors that motivate students to process adequate listening skills. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the speakers, Ms. Regina Agusti, Mr. Rizky Armida Wibisono, and Ms. Inaya Zambia Akro for their informative, interesting presentation, and also to all the participants for the active presentation. Please give applause for the speakers. Over to you.
Thank you to Mr. Okta bringing us to very productive session today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring end of our seminar. See you in the next seminar. I'm Safira and excuse myself. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.